What if I told you that the only reason your deepest desires haven't manifested is because you're holding on to them too tightly? Your desires are not delayed because you're doing something wrong. You're delayed because somewhere inside you, you're still holding on. Not holding on in an obvious way. Not with obsession or desperation on the surface, but with a subtle internal grip, a quiet posture that says, "This hasn't happened yet." You were taught to chase, to push, to hustle your way into the future. And if that strategy actually worked, you wouldn't be here listening to this, carrying that low-grade exhaustion, that feeling of effort without a rival. Here's the part most people never hear. Waiting is not neutral. Waiting is an internal instruction. It places your desire in the future. And the moment something is placed in the future, distance is created. Distance creates time. You can feel this in the body. The constant checking, the quiet scanning of reality for signs, the background tension that asks, when? That tension doesn't look dramatic, but it's consistent. And consistency is what reality responds to. The art of allowing is not about pretending you don't care. It's about releasing the internal posture that keeps saying, "Not yet." It's about letting the body stop leaning forward so reality no longer has to stay ahead of you. For years, most of us have been sold a faulty version of the law of attraction, a version that treats attracting as an aggressive act, almost like a hunt. We were taught to visualize with ironclad focus, repeat affirmations until our throats were dry, and plaster our vision boards with images of a future we were desperate to reach. The unspoken belief behind all of this was simple: the more effort we apply, the more the universe will reward us. Effort in equals results out. But if you're watching this, you've probably discovered something unsettling through experience. Sometimes, the harder you try, the further away your desires seem to move. Instead of feeling closer, you feel more tense. Instead of clarity, there's pressure. And instead of progress, there's a strange sense of running in place. This is what I call the hamster wheel of manifestation. It always begins with something pure and meaningful, a desire for love, purpose, freedom, health, or security. So you step onto the wheel with good intentions. You set alarms. You build routines. You stay disciplined. You work and work and work to attract the life you want. But beneath all that action, something subtle starts to form, a quiet undercurrent of lack. You begin scanning your reality around the clock, looking for signs that it's working. And each day, the desire doesn't show up. Something internal tightens. What started as hope slowly turns into self-doubt. And what should have felt like a creative dance becomes a second job you secretly resent. This is the burnout point, where all that remains is exhaustion, frustration, and the urge to give up entirely. So where is the mistake? The problem isn't your dream. And it certainly isn't your dedication. The problem is the energy of forcing. When creation is approached with tension, urgency, and emotional weight, it is almost always coming from a place of lack, even if unconsciously. The signal beneath the effort sounds like this: "I don't have this yet, and I'm afraid I never will. So I have to force it to happen." The universe doesn't respond to your words. It responds to your frequency. And in this state, it hears the lack, not the desire. It senses the desperation, not the devotion. So it mirrors back experiences that match that same internal feeling: more waiting, more resistance, more distance. This is the revolutionary reframe most people never hear. Creation is not a hunt. It is an unfolding. It is not about acquiring something that is missing. It is about releasing what is in the way. You don't make a flower bloom. You don't stand over it demanding results. You create the right conditions, the soil, the water, the light, and then you allow nature to do what it already knows how to do. The bloom happens not because of force, but because of alignment. Your desires work the same way. They are not things you wrestle into your life. They are realities that unfold naturally when the internal environment is right. The forcing, the rushing, the constant striving. That's just rowing upstream against a current that's already trying to carry you exactly where you want to go. It's time to put down the oars. To truly understand why allowing works, we need to look beneath techniques and beliefs and into how your system is actually designed to interact with reality. This isn't abstract philosophy. It's not blind faith. It's about how your mind, body, and inner state cooperate long before anything changes on the outside. Creation is always an inside job first. Before your circumstances shift, your internal world has to settle into a different position. At the neurological level, this process begins with something called the reticular activating system, or RAS. Think of it as your brain's filtering mechanism, the part of you that decides what gets noticed and what fades into the background. Every second, you're surrounded by more information than you could ever consciously process. The ERAS determines what matters, and it makes that decision based on one thing, what you believe is important. When you hold a belief consistently, your brain begins to organize perception around it. It highlights certain details, conversations, opportunities, and patterns, while quietly ignoring others. This is why when you decide you want something specific, a certain car, a certain opportunity, it suddenly seems to appear everywhere. It isn't new. Your awareness has changed. This is where creation often gets misunderstood. Reality doesn't always change first. Perception does. When your beliefs shift, the information you allow into awareness shifts with them. And once perception changes, your choices, reactions, and behavior naturally follow. What feels like manifestation from the outside is often simply alignment on the inside. But belief alone isn't the full picture, because your body is always involved. Creation is not just a mental process, it's a somatic one. Your nervous system is constantly interpreting your internal state and broadcasting it outward. And the nervous system does not respond to words. It responds to sensation. You can repeat affirmations all day, but if your body is tense, vigilant, or subtly braced for something to arrive, the deeper signal being sent is still not yet. The body trusts feeling over language, and feeling always wins. This is why emotion plays such a central role in creation. Emotion is not just something you experience, it's information. It is the frequency your system is transmitting moment to moment. The law of attraction doesn't respond to what you say you want. It responds to the state you are consistently inhabiting. If the emotional baseline underneath your desire is anxiety, urgency, or lack, those qualities shape what returns to you, not as punishment, but as reflection. So the real shift isn't about convincing yourself of something new. It's about embodying a different internal state. This is what people mean when they talk about the feeling of the wish fulfilled. But it's often misunderstood. It isn't about pretending. It isn't about forcing positivity. It's about allowing your body to experience the emotional tone of fulfillment now, without requiring the external outcome to arrive first. Ask yourself, not intellectually, but honestly, how would life feel if the thing you wanted was already resolved? Not exciting, not euphoric, usually something much quieter, a sense of ease, safety, spaciousness, calm. The art of allowing is learning how to make that state familiar. You don't generate the feeling because the desire arrived. You allow the desire to arrive because the feeling is already present. When your emotional baseline shifts, your entire system reorganizes. Attention widens, tension softens. The nervous system stops scanning for proof. And in that settled state, coherence naturally emerges. And coherence is what reality responds to. When thought, emotion, and identity are no longer arguing with each other, the signal becomes clear. You are no longer divided between now and later. Between having and not having, you are simply here. And from that place, creation stops feeling like effort. It begins to feel like response. Understanding the theory is one thing, but turning it into a lived experience is where the real magic happens. Let's break this down into 3 practical steps to move you from a state of hunting to a state of receiving. Step 1. The surfer, the dance between intention and trust. Imagine you're a master surfer. Your job is not to create the wave. That's impossible. Your job is to paddle out, get into position, and trust yourself to catch the perfect wave when it arrives. Inner intention is you paddling out. This is the only active part you need to do. It's about getting crystal clear on what you want, not with an energy of desperation, but with the joyful excitement of a creator. This is the time to get specific. What does this desire look like? More importantly, what does it feel like? Write it down. Visualize it. Let yourself fully feel those emotions. You're not doing this to force it. You're doing this to refine the signal you're sending out. You're telling the universe, hey, just so you know, this is the kind of wave I'm ready to receive. Once you've done that, the second fasancham, more crucial part begins, outer trust. This is the art of trusting the ocean. It's putting down the paddle, sitting on your board, and watching the horizon with a sense of knowing, peaceful expectation. This is where you completely release control over the how and the when. You don't try to force a specific wave to show up at 2:15 p.m. You trust that the ocean, in its infinite wisdom, will send the perfect wave at the perfect time. This surrender is an act of supreme faith. It's telling the universe you trust its timing and its genius creativity. This is the essence of the Taoist principle of wu-wei action in non-action. You are not being lazy. You are being actively trusting and staying ready. Your job is to define the what. The universe's job is to handle the how. When you obsess over the how, worrying about where the money will come from, how you'll meet that person, you are strangling the creative flow. You are limiting the infinite possibilities of the universe to the few pathways your finite mind can conceive. Set your intention, and then let go and trust the wave. Step 2. The mind gardener, rebuilding the inner landscape. Your mind is a garden, and for a long time, most of us have unconsciously allowed weeds negative, limiting beliefs to run rampant. A mastermind gardener doesn't get angry at the weeds. They just calmly, methodically identify them and plant vibrant flowers in their place. The work here is to consciously reprogram your thought patterns. This is about creating new neural superhighways in your brain, pathways that actually support what you want. So, when you catch a weed thought, like, I'll never have enough money, you don't fight it. You don't panic. You gently acknowledge it. Ah, there's that old thought again. And then you consciously replace it with a flower thought, like, money flows to me from expected and unexpected sources. With repetition, the new pathway becomes solid, while the old one withers from disuse. A key part of this is shifting from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset. A scarcity mindset whispers that love, opportunities, and money are limited. It creates competition and fear. An abundance mindset knows a deeper truth: the universe is infinite. Someone else's success takes nothing away from you. On the contrary, it is living proof of what is also possible for you. Celebrate the wins of others as if they are harbingers of your own. This shift alone will move your energy from clinging to openness, from envy to excitement. Finally, this step is about letting go of resistance and old baggage. Resistance is any thought or feeling that opposes your desire. It often stems from past wounds. You might consciously want a loving relationship, but subconsciously believe love is dangerous. That belief acts like a massive dam, blocking the river of love from flowing to you. The work is to become aware of these blockages. Forgiveness of yourself and others is one of the most powerful tools for breaking down these energetic dams. Clearing your inner world is just as important as cleaning your house. It creates space for new, good things to grow. Step 3. The energy tuner, calibrating your frequency. Think of yourself as a piano. To make beautiful music, you must be in tune. This final step is all about fine-tuning your energetic frequency so that it resonates in perfect harmony with the frequency of your desire. The most powerful tuning fork you possess is gratitude. Gratitude is not a polite gesture. It is a reality-altering state of being. When you are truly in a state of gratitude, you cannot simultaneously feel lack. The two frequencies cannot coexist. The practice is to find things to be grateful for right now. In your current life, be grateful for your breath, for the lessons, even for the challenges that made you stronger. By focusing on what you already have, you shift your energy from "I don't have enough" to "I am so blessed." This is the most powerful signal to the universe that you are ready to receive more. And the foundational note for your entire energetic symphony is self-love. If you don't feel worthy of your dreams, you will unconsciously sabotage them as they get close. Self-love is the ultimate act of allowing, because it is the state of knowing your worth without needing any external validation. When you truly love and accept yourself as you are, you naturally become a magnet for people and opportunities that reflect that same love back to you. You stop seeking validation from the outside because you have filled yourself up from the inside. So where do all the techniques, affirmations, journaling, vision boards fit in? Think of them as optional tuning tools. They are not magic spells. They are only useful insofar as they help you feel better. If an affirmation makes you feel like you're lying, drop it. If visualization creates pressure, stop. Ask yourself, does this feel like inspiration or obligation? If the answer is obligation, it's backfiring. The goal isn't to do the technique. The goal is to enter the state of allowing. A flower doesn't need an affirmation to bloom. It blooms as a natural result of being itself. Your desires want to unfold just as naturally. We've covered a lot, but the core message is truly simple. Stop chasing and start allowing. Creation is not a battle to be won. It is a dance you are invited to join. It is about releasing the desperate need to control every outcome and learning to trust a wisdom far greater than that of your ego. Let's recap your 3 new roles. First, be the surfer. Set your intention with joy. Then surrender the how with absolute faith in the ocean of life. Second, become the mind gardener. Tend to your inner world, uprooting limiting beliefs and planting seeds of abundance. And third, be the energy tuner. Calibrate your frequency with gratitude and self-love, turning your very being into a living magnet. The universe isn't withholding anything from you. It is perfectly mirroring back the energy you are being. Your desires are not running from you. They are flowing to you, just waiting for you to come into alignment so you can receive them. Your only job is to get out of your own way. Let go of the struggle, release the resistance, and open your arms to receive the extraordinary life that is your birthright. If this message really resonated with you today, and you are ready to shift from forcing to flowing, do me a favor and hit the like button on this video. Make sure you're subscribed and have hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next video, where we'll dive even deeper into practical ways to raise your vibration every single day. Now, I really want to hear from you. Leave a comment below and let me know. Starting today, what is one thing you are choosing to let go of control over and allow to find you? Declaring it is a powerful step. It's a signal that you're ready. I read all the comments, and your stories are the soul of this community. And for those of you who want to go even deeper, I've created a free guided meditation specifically designed to help you release resistance and sink into the state of allowing. The link is right at the top of the description. It's my gift to you. Thank you so much for being here. Remember, your power isn't in the trying, but in the being. Trust the process, trust yourself, and allow your dreams to find you.